Sniper Elite is a consistently enjoyable series. At its inception, the sniping was always the focus and easily the best part of the game. With the introduction of the X-ray camera, the shooting turned into being enjoyably over the top. When you fire off a shot from your sniper rifle, the game would switch the camera to the point of the view of the bullet as it arrives at your target. Once the bullet reaches your enemy, the game would further slow down more, along with highlighting all of the damage to their internal organs. As the games improved, this would get more and more detailed as you would cause lungs to break, eyes to burst, and even breaking their teeth. I never got tired of this area of the game, and at its core, it really presents a great deal of empowerment to the player. The presentation here is stellar, as it works to make the player feel like an expert sniper in a very accessible control scheme, with the difficulty options adding more or less elements of realism. Now, the other gameplay elements of Sniper Elite incrementally improved with each entry. Level design evolved from linear levels to more open areas, where there were multiple ways to explore the locations along with being able to choose the order of your objectives. Third-person combat was always rough outside of the sniping, and this slowly became more and more refined as well, along with the stealth options. Once we got to Sniper Elite 5, I felt like the general movement, aiming, and shooting all feel the smoothest this series has ever been. So much so that I would play entire levels like a World War II Splinter Cell game. 5 also included a really fun competitive mode called Invasion, where this would turn a campaign mission into a multiplayer match as an invading sniper would try to take you out. I would very much enjoy the randomness of these events, and how it would require the player to rethink their situation, but there would be some drawbacks to it. For one, I think every campaign mission having this option for invasion meant that during the making of these levels they needed this to be considered. So while missions in 5 were large with plenty of exploration, they also had odd walls that felt like they were trying to funnel a player towards the invader. Some other things were oddly missing in this game, like being able to use rocks for distractions, and replaced by limited bottles, along with the very fun Overwatch mode and crouch run not being available either. Even with these flaws, I had a lot of fun with the base version of Sniper Elite 5. The first DLC mission, which was also included for pre-ordered versions of the game, was all centered around killing Hitler, and while this type of mission is a staple for the series, it was done a bit differently here. In Sniper Elite 5, kill challenges were added into the game. In each campaign mission, there would be an officer that you needed to kill in a specific way. The fun was trying to figure it out, like a mini puzzle, for example like poisoning their drink. This sort of added in an element of Hitman to the experience. In the Hitler DLC mission, it was all focused on several ways that you could try and kill him. The entire mission is full of creativity and dark humor as you try to do specific kills, or even come up with your own. So the first piece of DLC was off to a good start. Today I want to discuss how the next DLC is, and is it a good addition to the game. Landing Force is the first big piece of post-launch content for Sniper Elite 5. Overall, it does what I've come to expect from the additional missions for Rebellion games. Just like with the prior Sniper Elite and Zombie Army games, you get more of the same with the DLCs. Now that isn't a bad thing as long as what was provided was good, and as long as you're okay with getting more of it. Since I really enjoyed what 5 had to offer, even with some of its shortcomings, you get a brand new mission with some interesting locations and it's all set at night. I really like the sniper rifle since it's a staple silent weapon for the series, and overall it's a solid new level. Now, I biasly love night missions in these games. I feel like it feeds into the stealth atmosphere of the entire thing, and fighting on this island is really fun, as you have a bunch of interesting locations. For one, there is a large lighthouse that can be used as a great sniper position as you slowly thin the herd. You will fight through plenty of beach areas, a fort that honestly could be a level by itself in any other game, a small village, and an enemy installation. Each of these areas have more than one way to approach them, and this is where the series replay value comes into play. Do you take a more calculated approach, identify all of the guards, and create sound masks to make stealthy sniper shots? Or do you prefer to get in close and take down the opposition? Or do you choose to do a more open and direct option? Since the controls are the smoothest that they have been in the series, any option you choose is enjoyable. Making a return are the side missions that you will discover along with the kill challenges. Taking my time with this level took me about an hour to complete, but again, when you factor in the multiple ways to approach it, co-op and invasion, there's a lot of content out of this one map. One thing I want to bring up is how the new weapons are added on as part of the DLC. You get a silenced sniper rifle and a PPSH. Both weapons have been in prior games through prior DLCs. I have an issue with them being DLC again. I can understand charging for new weapons as DLC, but when you charge for the same gun in new entries, this starts to look odd. By charging for the same rifle as DLC in both Sniper Elite 4 and 5, it feels like you're trying to double dip. I understand with this being a World War II game, you only have so many guns to work with, so either my suggestion is to add in more weapons that we haven't seen in the series before, or even prototype weapons from the time, or focus the additions as more levels, modes, and cosmetic options. My other issue I want to address about the Season Pass is how many missions are offered. In Sniper Elite 3 and 4, there would be 3 DLC missions added on in their own mini campaign outside of the main narrative, and added onto this was the Hitler mission if you didn't pre-order the game. But with Sniper Elite 5, there are only 2 included missions, with the Hitler being a third one. So with the Season Pass for Sniper Elite 5, we essentially have one less mission than we usually get. At the same time, while I enjoyed this mission, it does feel like a deleted scene of sorts from the narrative, rather than a mini side narrative like in the prior Season Pass missions from 3 and 4. Now, I could understand only having 2 missions instead of the usual 3, if the 2 missions were some of the best this series has to offer, so we are trading quantity for quality. But while Landing Force is good, it isn't amazing. So this is more of a comment of concern that feels like Rebellion is trying to charge more for less content than usual. I only bring this up because I really like this developer and the games that they make, and I would not want to see them go down a path that leads their audience into not having trust in their stuff. The base game of Sniper Elite 5 is a very fun game. It's very smooth to play, along with having a load of options on how to tackle the areas. I really enjoyed the additions of Invasion, and found it to be an enjoyable competitive mode. At the same time, I think with the inclusion of Invasion, meant that single-player missions needed to be designed with this in mind, and it can create some odd roadblocks for the series that was moving in the more open direction. So far, the DLC missions have been fun. The Hitler mission is really funny, and mixes in elements of Hitman with Sniper Elite. Landing Force is a solid mission as well, as it provides more of the same, and it isn't a bad thing since it's a fun night level. Much of my concern comes with how Sniper Elite 5 Season Pass is set up. There's one less mission than in the prior game's Season Passes, along with selling guns that were already sold as DLC in the prior games. I do hope the next mission is really good, and if Sniper Elite 5 is going to have a second Season Pass, I hope that more content is provided, along with maybe addressing some of the issues with 5 itself. If you liked 5's base game, this is worth picking up. Maybe wait for a sale unless you're a super fan. If you're interested in being notified of new videos, please hit the subscribe button and bell. And if you'd like to support the channel and get early access to content, please check out my Patreon. All of the links will be at the end of this video and within the description. And thank you very much for watching.